Hello, everyone. This is Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from the Double Wide in Apple Valley, California. He's Scott.
And he's Steve.
We had to get our pronouns in there
Yeah.
for those snowflakes that watch.
Right.
Had to get them right.
We welcome everyone.
We didn't rehearse that either. I sprung it on them. Okay, remember in 2022 how there was this big uproar about TikTok? You remember that?
I'm not a real big follower of TikTok, but I remember something about that.
First, Trump tried to shut it down, TikTok, and that was stopped in court, right?
Yeah.
Probably D.C. So Democrats put it in a 4,126-page funding bill. Remember that they released it an hour before they were going to vote on it, and divide and conquer with your staffers to read it, right?
Yeah. Got to find out what's in it before, if you want to know what's in it.
Right. That's what Pelosi says.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So that was signed into law by Biden, and that TikTok was improperly using its platform. So it was banned by Biden. Was improperly using its platform to track people, which DOJ found out was a security problem. Some states even banned TikTok for use. The state governments, state governments using it.
Makes sense.
And also students at some universities that were using the school Wi-Fi could not use TikTok. It wasn't all over, it's just some universities, right? So despite the governmental ban, Biden spent more than an hour at the White House courting some TikTok influencers to get the vote out for their millions of viewers, right?
Yeah, Uncle Joe sucking up to the TikTokers.
Who else would he? I mean, that's what he does. He points the finger and then he sucks up. He panders to everyone.
He does.
Anybody
that can help him out.
Exactly. Now the Biden-Harris re-election campaign, not the idiocracy, different people. The re-election campaign is using TikTok. What? Because they're not a federal agency.
Well, they got a lot of young followers on that
that's why they're using it.
Platform. So
to get to the youngins, the wins.
They want to get to the people. Uninformed, unfortunately.
Yeah, but at least practice what you preach,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. It's just not a good thing.
Some people are saying it's a failure of leadership. Some saying it's desperation, right? It's putting.
How could that be?
Well, they've already got the dead vote, right?
Yeah.
They're already harvesting, right? So why not go after the weans and the youngins, right? It's putting political ambition above national security is what it's doing. The DNC itself, Democrat National Committee itself, joined TikTok recently. Whatever it takes, right? We got to stay in power.
Yeah, stay together, cling together, right?
That's right. Speaking of the funding bills, Representative Dan Goldman, a New York Democrat, has said about...
He's a sweetheart.
He is. Has said about the spending bill that passed the Senate, that most recently, quote, "We are at an existential moment right now for global democracy, and either the United States stands up for freedom and democracy around the world, or we don't, and we recede back into the netherworld and allow autocrats, dictators, terrorists to take over the world," end quote. Existential, huh? World's gonna end
The netherworld.
if we don't pass this funding bill. The world, right? So Senator Vance, he put out a memo, right, about like a Trojan horse in there.
JD, Ohio, right?
Yeah. The
Good
new
guy.
senator,
Great guy.
Ohio. And Senator Rand Paul, he highlighted and he agrees with Senator Vance that the funding bill recently passed by the Senate, which does not include any money for a border, but includes money to protect Israel and Ukraine's border, has text in it that may lead to impeachment should a Republican nominee be elected.
What, if in other words, if they went against some of the stuff that's in that bill?
Yeah. So the bill assures funding of Ukraine through September 2025. Trump has indicated that if he is elected, he will end the Ukraine war within 24 hours.
24 hours, yeah.
24.
I think that's great.
So how is he gonna? So think about the logic here. How is he gonna keep funding going to Ukraine if he ends the war the day after he takes office? So it's setting up. So he's going to make a phone call, and he's going to say, "Well, the war is over, so I'm not sending any more money." Then impeachment, right?
Yeah, but he's dialed in on the impeachment thing, so I don't know. I think he's.
Yeah, but it just gums up the system.
It does. It takes a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of wasted energy.
So 22 Republicans have voted for the bill. You were ticking off some. Who were they?
Yeah, some of them were very surprising to me. I mean, we
Yeah.
had our typical ones like Senator Collins from Maine, and
Yeah, she's a rhino.
McConnell was on there, which is not
Yeah.
a surprise. But
He leans
Murkowski from Alaska, but
Oh yeah.
but John Kennedy was on there from Louisiana.
I can't believe that.
Senator Cornyn from Texas.
And so Cruz in Texas voted opposite. Cruz and Cornyn voted opposite.
I guess so. Yeah, I didn't see Cruz's name on the list, so
Wow.
I was really surprised. But I mean, it's kind of early. I haven't really heard what their side is or why they decided to do that. So it'll be interesting to find out. But it's kind of shocking, kind of surprising. Senator Grassley from Ohio. So yeah, I don't know. 22 of them though.
It makes you wonder: are they either rhinos or closet never Trumpers? If that Trojan horse is in there.
Yeah, John Kennedy though, he's always been a pro-Trump kind of guy.
I know.
I don't know.
I would like to know.
Yeah, I would too. We need to look
Maybe
into
I
that.
should send him an email.
We need to look into that.
His
and ask.
office and find out
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Even though we're
some
not
kind of
his
investigation.
constituents, I'd like to know.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of his.
Or
I think
send
he's a
it-
great guy.
Send something to Cruz and say, "Why did you vote against but Cornyn voted for?"
Yeah, and he'll
What's
probably
going
tell
on?
you probably need to ask Senator Cornyn.
Yeah,
So.
it's ridiculous. So you remember when President Trump was impeached for a perfect phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky? Right? You remember that?
Yep.
He
Handed
wanted
over
to
the transcripts and everything. Yeah.
he wanted to withhold $400 million in aid unless they investigated the Biden family for corruption. The language in this bill is setting up for that impeachment. It really is.
That's not good.
Yeah, and that was a military guy that turned him in that leaked it to
Yeah. What was that guy's name? I
Shifty.
can't
He had a
remember
twin.
that
He
guy's
had a twin.
name.
Both were in the army.
Can't remember that
He
guy's
was a
name.
Ukrainian guy.
No, well, and I remember him going before
Either
the House committee.
V or Z. Van Vordiken? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay. Also in the news, Alejandro Mayorkas has been impeached by the House of Representatives. That first vote failed,
Yep, second vote happened.
and the second vote happened.
Haven't seen any details on that, but I guess I heard some talk this morning about punching down. We're going after a guy who is basically just a puppet in that administration. So one of many.
Right.
And Biden's the guy. But again, you're not going to get anybody to go after him. I don't think. I mean, maybe so. We'll see. Impeachment, but Mayorkas was like low hanging fruit, and I just don't. I don't know. I don't see how that's going to really help our situation.
He's the first cabinet member since 1876.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. But
And so some are saying that another lefty is just going to jump in.
Sure.
We get rid of him.
sure.
Do you want the devil or do you want Satan? Which one do you want? Some are people are saying about that. And then Schumer is saying that the trial will begin later this month.
Hold up, Chuck.
So just so you know, the House has the power to impeach, right? And they take the vote, and they present all the evidence in the House, and then they vote on it, and then
It's the Senate.
and then the impeachment managers walk over to the Senate, and they're like the prosecutors, and they present all the evidence.
Present their case.
Yeah, this time Chief Justice Roberts is not going to preside. It's the Senate pro tem, who's a Democrat, is going to preside, and I don't think he can vote. I don't think. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, but it just I don't trust, and the Senate, especially after this vote here, I just don't trust anything that's going to go before the Senate.
There's 49 Republicans, 48 Dems, and 3 independents. And those independents are Bernie. He always votes Dem.
Yeah.
And then Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin.
Yeah, from Arizona,
And they could go
Manchin
any
from,
way, because
West Virginia.
they're in red states. So, Arizona, I guess you could say it's no longer red.
Well, and
Deep
Manchin
purple.
has already said he's not going to go for re-election, right?
Right.
So he's
right.
kind of
he said that.
he's a lame duck. So it
He
could
said
go
that.
either way.
Yeah. So on the previous show, we talked about the problems with airplanes and DIE diversity.
Losing equipment.
Yeah, like a little thing popped out of the door.
Yeah, and I laugh. I'm glad I wasn't one of the people on those airplanes.
So there was just another incident the other day. A small executive jet. I think it was a Diamond 400. Two people were in it, and the door fell off, the rear door.
Yeah, and I guess they still don't know where that door is.
No, they don't. The police couldn't find it.
Yeah.
They were looking, but they turned around, went back to Buffalo, and landed safely.
Well, and that's a good thing for the people that were on board. But I hate to think what happened to that door.
Oh yeah, hopefully maybe it
we
went
need to
into
put
the
some
woods.
kind of GPS on some of these parts that are falling off to where we can.
Yeah, that would be kind
track
of
'em.
expensive. Yeah,
It would
I
be.
guess. Yeah,
But think about
it'll come up. Some hunter or something, walking around. Bigfoot might stumble.
I
on
don't know. It just. Could you imagine walking around in the
thing
in the
falls on you?
wilderness and you get clobbered in the head with a part from an airplane?
Yeah,
That's
that would be funny.
yeah.
Well, it would be funny if you.
not for you.
Yeah, not for me.
So yeah.
All right, folks, thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. If you liked what you saw, click subscribe, and tell your family, tell your friends, and tell your enemies. Until then, we'll see you.
Don't forget to comment. Have a good day.
All right?
Thank you.
We respond to them.